I got my chauffeur with me today, and we're gonna go do a bait drop off. I'll show you the back of the truck. She's rounded, and I got a few other piles of bait I gotta deal with and get everything out. But we're on our mission today. Check our baits, restock them. Didn't bring any snares with me, so I might do that a little bit later if I see a need. But warm weather here this week again, and we're struggling with that, and snow is melting, so the coyotes pretty much can go wherever they want. Just got to find good trails and see where they're heading and set on that. Anyways, when we get to our first bait, we will stop in and let you know how we make out. All right, we made it to Glenn's here this morning. Got my snares out. Looks like there's been a bit of activity going on. That's the back of the bait truck, so there's pails of scraps from when I was doing Europeans, faces, ribs, other elk heads, etc. So we'll get that spread out through the line, but we're gonna go in here and check things out. Well, we had on our way in, the ravens spotted the truck with the bait, so they started coming in, and now they're squawking saying, hey, drop off my food. But we're gonna go check a few things out here. If anything interesting happens, we'll let you know. There's a big pile of moose poop, so moose have been in here. Hopefully they didn't knock any of my snares down. Well, last time we were in here, we had snow everywhere, and seen a few more tracks, but we still have our snares in here, but the coyotes aren't really here because the bait's all gone. So we're gonna add some here. We can see over the past couple of days it was +8 in the afternoon, and with the thermal cover it really heats up in here and takes care of all the snow. Out in the field, when we get out there, I'll show you a little clip, just because the snow doesn't melt as fast out there until they start to see the root stubble in the ground underneath, and then that absorbs the heat, and then that's when it really goes. But if you look through here, you can see there's still snow all over the ground out in the field, but you get in here and all your snow disappears. Anyways, we'll dump off some bait and hope for the best and keep going. We had one snare broke, and that moose that I was seeing the tracks, it went through and got released. That's why I like those finer, lighter cables. The moose just popped it and carried on. Just walking into the bait. Dropped off a whole pig here probably a week and a bit ago, and it's all gone. This is a spot I was at 1 o'clock in the morning, just trying to figure out what's going on. Just looking for tracks. There's some big coyote tracks here. They've gone through here. I think there's wolf tracks here, but it's so faded out. That's probably what smashed that pig. Here's some moose tracks going through here. And just old coyote tracks. But like I said, oh, there's a wolf track right there. So that's what came and smashed that pig. Have to get another pig, bring her out. This time I'll tie it to a tree so it lasts a little bit longer. Spreading the bait out a little bit. Let's go over here. Everything's pounded down in here, just see what's going on, see if it was birds or what. Not a bird sign. There's coyote tracks. I have one snare here. I'm just kind of in a spot where I was always catching coyotes before, but it seems to have gone dry. I don't like that trail anymore. It's just over here. And the ram is still there. So what I'm gonna do is, I see they have another trail just over here, and I'm only really coming in here for this one ram because I'm trying to get them to establish some trails. And I've had a tough time last year. Last year I probably picked up 8 coyotes here, but not the best, and the trails that they pick are wide open. But they got a nice neck down spot over here, so I'm gonna pull this snare and move it over there. I made 3 or 4 catches here last year, and I think they don't like that spot anymore. All right, we'll remake it, and maybe I'll show you, maybe I won't. Okay, the spot they like better, you can see there's trail here, trail there, trail over here, trail I followed in here, and they all funnel into this tight little spot. So it's a perfect spot for me to put my snare. I got it in there right perfect. So hopefully we'll make a catch. This could be our new hot spot. I'm gonna throw some bait out and see what happens here. Just on the strip here, and it's been pretty quiet. I'm just waiting for a little touch up in snow so I can change my rams around. But coming to this one here, and we got ourselves a coyote. Looks to be in decent shape. We'll climb over this tree here and see what we got going on. So nicely furred coyote. Wasn't caught too long ago. We had our snare leaning against this tree, so he came in. You can see his tracks just right there. Boom, got caught. Comes over here and expired. That's what we like. We will remake it and carry on. A couple more beats to check and see how she goes. Really quiet on this one, but I had a pretty good catch there, the first catch, and then a couple more after that. But we'll see once we move the snares to the other end. It seems a bit more busier. All right, here we go. Just at the bait here, and see the wolves have been through. Got some wolf tracks coming through here. We walked in here past couple days, so maybe they were in one of my snares over there. I think this trail here, when I walked it out a few years ago, goes to a spot where I don't have any snares because the deer were coming in and then branching off, not coming here, but just going through this spot. But I will make note of where they are because I just dropped off a big pig. And you can see they've been all over it here. Go up on that hill, all through here. So maybe I'll make a burn a little bit later today and hang some wolf snares. A little shitty that it's so warm out. I'll have to check them every day, or just feed them for a bit and then we'll come and take care of them once it's cold. I like catching wolves. It looks like I found the out, and this might also be their in. They're coming down here. And carrying on through there. So we know where they're going in. We're gonna go around the island here and see where they're coming out. There's coyote tracks as well there, so I think we'll do fine if we set up in here. And like I said, we just dropped off a new bait pig about 100 yards that way. Okay, we'll carry our loop and see what else we can see. And And we found where they carried through. So this ribbon here marks the spot where I usually put snares. And this trail here goes through, and then there's another road like this, or cut line or trail on the other side. So that's good to see. So they came out somewhere over here. I missed where they came out. Blake's driving, so it had been on his side. And then they went down this trail. So we'll keep our eyes open. Maybe they came out further ahead up here and just walked on the truck tracks. All right, we'll see if we get lucky. So you can see how tough coyotes are. This is a piece of bone, and its hide was healed up over it, but over the years it fused back together. It's a solid piece of bone, but its leg is a couple inches shorter than the other. So it went through life like that, pretty tough. This was still scabbed up a bit, but you could tell it was rubbed all the time. And when I went to pull it off, it was hard to get off because it grew into the leather. Beautiful day out here. So I have another strip where I've been baiting a little bit. And we got some good trails along the edge of the bush here. And then you got wolf tracks and coyote tracks through that perfect little pinch point. So what I'm gonna do is take advantage of that. I'll hang my snare there and do a loop around this block of woods and find other pinch points like that. So if you listen carefully, you'll hear some ravens squawking. And there was a bull elk that got shot, or something happened to its back leg. We're assuming it's shot, and it was hanging around in this area where we trap. And then Ben was doing some investigating and just checking out game trails and whatnot. And he came across, well, followed the birds and came across the bull elk. So we'll walk in and see what we can do. There's a couple wolf tracks here in the area, and we'll see if they're on it. Okay, followed the birds in, and there's some tracks here. And carry on that way. And here's the elk. So they chewed his ass there, and on his shoulder he's got a hole. Not sure why they didn't come back. It's been a couple days. But the birds got on him, and on his shoulder there, he's chewing on him. It doesn't show up right now because I guess his back leg is broke and tucked underneath him. One of the legs anyways. Okay, we'll take a look around and see if we can set something up. At least keep an eye on the area. So doing a little investigating in the spruce here, there's no snow, so you can't really see tracks. But what I got here, I'm kind of circling around the whole area looking for stuff. And this is where a wolf made his bed, one of the wolves anyways. He dug it up. A little bit of poop right there. Not sure where the other one's bedded down. Might be their trail over there. I can go take a look at that here. But here, they packed us down. There's blood here. And this is where they're going over the logs, stepping on them. So there's no pinch points or anything really I can do here. Right now it's all pretty much open. I don't want to walk on their trail past here. I just did for the couple feet here. I'm going to climb over these logs and look for a spot to see if I can pinch them off over there. Not sure where they went, and it's odd they didn't come back. So we'll figure this out. Okay, after searching here and walking alongside their trail, there's too many game trails in here, and you can see the odd foot track here or there from a wolf, but nothing to hang a snare off of. Back there where I climbed over the trees off to the side, that'd be an ideal spot for a foothold, but it's to come check it every day. It's a little bit of a jaunt, so we'll have to figure something out. But there's a spot that I've snared years past that's not too far from here, maybe 200 yards. I'll have to go check that out because it was nice and tight, and I did pick up wolves there before. So I know they're in the area, and they got something to eat, so they'll be back. And I just got to figure it out. I believe this game trail here goes out to where my other bait was before. Just have to confirm that. I have to walk her out, just make sure. But I'm gonna go back to where I came and come in from a different way just to see if they cross a main trail that I go in. All right, so I just started checking some loops here today. Checked 2 spots and nothing, but we do have a coyote here. And over this way, the wolves went through and bumped one of my snares, and then I set up a snare on that other trail where they were going through, a free hanger. So let's check and see what we got here. Looks like a nice coyote. Nothing else has been through. That's good. It's stiffened up a bit, so it hasn't been here too long. It was fairly cool last night. So what I'll do is remake this set, and it was anchored right here, and that's where I kind of brushed things in a bit. So I'll just clean that up again, and we will be in business. Number 1 for the day. So here's the other end of that snare trail that I usually have. Haven't used it for probably 3-4 years, probably closer to 4 years. And you can see the wolves have gone through. I'll show you the tracks here. I have my wire. It's been in this tree for that long and longer. Hung my snare here, free hanging snare. And goes right through there, over that log and across the trail into the bigger bush over there. So I've hung my free hanging snare here, and we'll see how she shakes out. I'm going to pick my way back to the truck here without walking on the trail. Well, we came to Glenn's here, and I had a snare here, but it's been pretty quiet in here. Someone grabbed my elk leg, brought it over here by the rib cages, and the pelvic bone is over there. So it tells me that not many coyotes are coming here, more birds. We'll go check inside there. There's 2 snares there. The one snare I have over here got bumped, and the one behind me just fell over because the snow's melting. But if I look through here, I had a snare right here, and it looks like we got a nice coyote back there. So I'll tippy toe around. It's a really nice pale coyote. Must be the wind from the other day brought a Saskatchewan coyote over here. Normally mine aren't this pale, they're more brown. But a nice, looks like a female. It's showing me that. So I'll reset it and tuck my snare back in there. Then, like I said, there's a couple more snares in here, and then this trail connects with those, so maybe we got lucky on the inside. But no snow. I got a little bit of bait I'll drop off here, but I don't want to put too much till the snow comes back, just so I can see what's going on. The birds follow me around like crazy, so they know when I'm dropping off bait. Nice day, plus 4 right now. It's gonna start cooling off after today. All right, we'll remake this and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, it's looking different in here again. This is that spot where I was telling you it's a good pinch point. The coyotes started to go around here, but in my sweet little pinch point, snare's gone, coyotes there. Somebody else came along, or maybe this one, and had a doo-doo. But the other snare in here is not touched. And I won't go back there and disturb that too much. But like I said, this trail branches off in a bunch of directions here. This way, that way. And this way is kind of ties into with that last coyote we caught. And then there's some other trails through there. This is just a perfect little trail. You can see it's beat down where they keep going through. And this one they travel through as well, but they seem to prefer this one. And the snare blends in there so well. Again, another nice light coyote. Really looks good against this green here. Looks well at first. I'll pull it out, remake it, and put it in the back of the truck, and we'll head to the next bait. So that's 3 coyotes today. Better than what we've been doing. Just looking at the coyote there. And redid my set. You can barely see the snare. That's why I like those nice thin ones. Something's getting ready to peck at my coyote there. Some kind of a bird. I don't know if you can tell there, but there's bird poop all up and down these branches here. So a magpie or something was about to get after my catch here. But that looks pretty good to me. Might just bump it up just a little bit. It actually slid this way. I put these branches here. This tree used to be full, but over the years they squished all the branches off just to keep them from going around. I just broke a top off and leaned it in just to make it look not as inviting as that open trail. All right, I'm gonna head off to the truck here. All right, it's getting dark around 5 o'clock. We've been at this trapping thing since 9 this morning. Had my snare here. Forgot I had my phone, otherwise I'd have showed you. But snare's here. There's a bone there. Coyote went through and caught the bone. Pulled the snare tight, but it didn't fire, thank goodness. And missed the coyote. And at least it didn't wreck a snare. So I'll remake this and then we'll carry on. So right at that time of night I can see good. The camera won't pick it up unless I have a flashlight, and then it looks crappy. But we'll carry on. Okay, notice my snare's gone from here. Try not to make it too crappy for you guys, but nice big coyote, kind of dark. Some bird poop on his back end there. Hey, he's really dark. But looks like he came from that way there, got caught, and expired, which is what we want. So I only have 2 trails snared up here. So there's this snare here, and then the other snare where we've caught 2 here before. So I'm surprised we didn't catch one sooner, but we got one now. And it looks like a male just by looking